Your focus determines your future. If you want to change the course of your life, you must first learn to control where you put your attention. How often do you find yourself distracted, losing time and energy on things that don't move you forward? What if you could completely shift that focus towards your goals, eliminating distractions and pushing yourself closer to the success you want? In this video, I'll show you how to sharpen your focus, block out the noise, and use your energy in the most effective way possible. Mastering your focus isn't just about staying on task. It's about making intentional decisions that align with the future you want to create. If you're tired of letting distractions control your life, and you're ready to take charge of your destiny, stick around. This video will help you get there. Number 1. Take control of your thoughts. To take control of your life, every single decision you make begins with a thought. Every moment you experience is shaped by the way you think about it. You may not realize it, but your mind is constantly shaping your reality. It is working every single day, influencing how you see the world, and ultimately, how you live your life. The key to success, happiness, and personal growth lies in the ability to control those thoughts. This is not some mystical or abstract concept. It is a real tangible force that can change everything for you. The foundation of everything you do in life starts with your mind. If you're going to force your focus and truly master your destiny, you must begin by taking control of your thoughts. If you cannot control your thoughts, you cannot control your life. It's as simple as that. The thoughts you entertain, the thoughts you believe, and the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind are shaping your future. They determine how you react to challenges, how you approach goals, and even how you feel in your everyday life. It's easy to let your mind wander. It's easy to let negative or unproductive thoughts take over. In fact, many people go through life on autopilot, allowing their thoughts to control them instead of the other way around. But let me ask you, how much longer are you willing to let this happen? How much longer are you going to let the direction of your life be determined by random, unproductive, and even harmful thoughts? It's time to step up and take control. The first step in taking control of your thoughts is awareness. You cannot change something if you are not aware of it. Think about it for a moment. How often do you find yourself thinking thoughts that are limiting, negative, or self-sabotaging? These thoughts may have been ingrained in your mind over the years. They may come from past experiences, influences from others, or simply from the patterns of your own thinking. But regardless of where they came from, they are holding you back. Awareness is the first step to breaking free. Once you become aware of these limiting thoughts, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, are these thoughts serving me? Are they helping me move forward? Are they bringing me closer to the person I want to become, the life I want to live? If the answer is no, then it's time to let them go. Don't just accept them as a part of who you are or how things are. Understand that you have the power to change your thoughts. You can replace negativity with positivity, fear with confidence, and doubt with certainty. The truth is, every thought you think is a choice. It's easy to blame circumstances or the people around you for your negative mindset, but the reality is that you control your mind. You control what you think about. You control what you focus on. And you control how long you let those thoughts dominate your mind. If you want to change your life, you need to take responsibility for your thoughts and begin choosing them deliberately. It's not always easy. You will have moments when old, limiting thoughts pop up. You'll have moments when you feel tempted to fall back into negative thinking patterns. But here's the thing, you don't have to accept those thoughts. You don't have to let them control you. You can choose to shift your focus and redirect your thoughts towards something more positive, empowering, and productive. This is where the real power lies, in your ability to choose how you think and how you react to the world around you. One of the most powerful tools for taking control of your thoughts is discipline. Discipline is the ability to focus your mind on what matters and block out distractions. It's the ability to keep your thoughts aligned with your goals and your vision, even when the world around you is chaotic or when challenges arise. Discipline in your thoughts is just as important as discipline in your actions. In fact, without mental discipline, your actions will be scattered and unfocused. You'll lack the clarity and direction needed to move forward with purpose. Discipline in your thinking comes down to consistency. It's about consistently choosing the thoughts that will serve your goals and aligning your mindset with your vision. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard, and continuing to train your mind to think in ways that will bring you closer to success. You see, success isn't something that happens by accident. It's not something that comes to you randomly. Success is a result of consistently making the right decisions, day in and day out. And those decisions start in your mind. Now let's talk about focus. Focus is the key to mastery. If you want to master your destiny, you must learn how to focus. Focus means directing your energy, time, and attention toward a specific goal or outcome. It means not allowing distractions to pull you away from your purpose. Focus means getting clear on what you want, and then making sure your thoughts and actions are aligned with that goal. Without focus, you will be scattered, unfocused, and unsure of where you're going. But with focus, you'll have a clear path ahead of you, and you'll be able to make progress toward your dreams every single day. Focus is not something that comes naturally to everyone. In fact, most people struggle with focus, especially in today's world full of distractions. We live in a time where our attention is constantly pulled in a million different directions. Social media, news, emails, and a million other things demand our attention every minute of the day. But here's the reality. If you're going to master your destiny, you must learn how to focus. You must learn how to shut out the noise and concentrate on what really matters. This requires discipline and the ability to say no to distractions, even when they seem urgent. One of the most effective ways to increase your focus is through intentional practice. Set aside specific time each day to focus on your goals and your personal development. Turn off the distractions. Put away your phone. Create a space where you can concentrate fully on the task at hand. This practice of intentional focus will help you build the mental muscle necessary to stay on track, even when life gets busy. The more you practice focus, the easier it becomes. It's like a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. But focus alone is not enough. You need to pair your focus with action. You can focus all day long, but without action, nothing will change. Focus without action is just daydreaming. If you want to take control of your thoughts and your life, you must back up your focus with consistent, deliberate action. This is where the real power lies. It's in the combination of focused thoughts and focused actions. This is what will move you forward. This is what will transform your life. Finally, remember that taking control of your thoughts is a lifelong process. It's not something that happens overnight. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly have complete control over every thought that enters your mind. But what you can do is take small, consistent steps every day to improve the way you think. You can practice awareness, challenge limiting beliefs, develop discipline, and build focus. Over time, these habits will compound and lead to massive changes in your life. You are the one who has the power to shape your reality. You are the one who can decide what to think about, what to focus on, and what to believe. Don't give that power away to anyone else. Don't let your circumstances, your past, or anyone else's opinions control the way you think. You have the ability to create the life you want, but it all starts with your mind. Take control of your thoughts, and you will take control of your life. Force your focus, master your destiny, and create the future you've always dreamed of. Number 2, stop distractions now and channel your energy towards success. You've probably heard it before, and yet it's something that's so easy to overlook in our busy lives. Every day, distractions come at you from every direction. They pull your attention away from the important tasks that can move your life forward. They steal your energy, focus, and time. But let me tell you something. If you're serious about achieving success, about mastering your destiny, you need to stop distractions in their tracks. It's time to channel your energy toward what truly matters. Every time you get distracted, you lose momentum. You lose that precious time that you'll never get back. And here's the kicker. Distractions don't just take your time, they take your energy. They drain you mentally and emotionally, making it harder for you to focus and stay productive. But when you choose to stop distractions, when you decide to take control of your attention, you're reclaiming your power. You're stepping into the driver's seat of your life. Now let's talk about the different types of distractions you face every day. They come in all forms: social media notifications, emails, phone calls, noise from other people, and even your own thoughts. We live in a world designed to grab our attention. It's a constant battle between what's important and what's simply in the way. But here's the thing. Your energy is finite. You don't have unlimited focus and attention. The more you allow distractions to control your life, the less energy you have for the things that matter most. So what do you do about it? First, you need to recognize what's distracting you. This requires self-awareness. Look at your day and examine where your time is going. Are you spending hours scrolling through social media? Are you constantly checking your phone for new notifications? Are you letting small, trivial things pull you away from your work? Most people go through their days without ever really thinking about how much time they waste on distractions. But if you want to achieve anything meaningful, you must take a step back and evaluate how you're spending your time. Once you've identified the distractions, it's time to take action. Don't just sit back and accept them as part of your life. You have the power to eliminate them. Start by setting clear boundaries. If social media is taking up too much of your time, turn off your notifications or delete apps from your phone. If people around you are constantly interrupting you, set boundaries with them. Let them know that you need time to focus and that you'll get back to them later. Be firm with your boundaries. Don't let anyone or anything take your energy away from your goals. Another effective strategy is to block out time for focused work. This means setting aside specific periods during your day where you can work without interruptions. Whether it's an hour or two, it's crucial to protect this time. During these hours, eliminate everything that could distract you. Put your phone on silent. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. Let the people around you know that you're working and that you need to focus. If you have to, create a distraction-free environment, somewhere where you can think clearly and stay on task. If you're serious about your success, you must prioritize your focus. Now here's the hard truth. Distractions will always be there. They're not going anywhere. The world we live in is built on grabbing your attention. But what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is the ability to manage distractions. It's the ability to create a plan and stick to it, despite the distractions that will inevitably come your way. It's about training your mind to stay on task, to keep your energy focused on the things that matter, and to not let the small things pull you off course. You can't allow distractions to determine your day. It's easy to fall into the trap of letting them take over. It's easy to be reactive, constantly responding to whatever comes your way. But if you want to create something meaningful in your life, if you want to make progress toward your goals, you have to be proactive. You have to create the space for focus. You have to decide to protect your time and energy with everything you've got. There's another important aspect of this: the people around you. Many distractions come from the people in your life. They might not mean to, but they can pull you away from your goals with their constant requests or interruptions. This is where communication and boundaries become vital. Let the people in your life know that you are focused on something important. Set expectations with them so they understand when it's time for you to work and when you're available for socializing or helping out. It's not about being rude or selfish. It's about protecting your energy and focusing on your own growth. Another area where distractions can creep in is your own mind. Often we're our own worst enemy when it comes to staying focused. Our minds wander and we start thinking about everything but the task at hand. We think about the past, the future, what we should have done, or what we need to do later. But the truth is, this kind of thinking is just another distraction. It's your mind trying to pull you away from your present moment, from the work that can move you forward. This is where mental discipline comes into play. You have to train your mind to stay in the present, to stay focused on what you're doing right now. How do you do that? One effective technique is mindfulness. When you catch yourself getting distracted, take a deep breath and bring your focus back to the task at hand. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just gently redirect your attention. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to stay focused. It's a skill that takes time, but the more you use it, the more natural it becomes. Another powerful technique is setting clear, actionable goals. When you have a specific target to aim for, it becomes much easier to stay focused. Distractions lose their power when you're working towards something meaningful. Your goals act like a compass, guiding your focus and energy. They remind you of what's important and help you stay on course when distractions try to pull you away. Think about it. If you're not clear about what you want, every distraction will seem like an opportunity. If you're not focused on a clear goal, it's easy to be swept away by the demands of the world. But when you know exactly what you're working toward, when you have a clear picture of your future success, distractions lose their hold over you. Your energy is directed toward the one thing that matters. Your success. I know it's not always easy. The world is full of distractions, and they'll always try to find a way into your life. But here's the thing. The more you practice eliminating distractions, the easier it becomes. The more you take control of your energy and attention, the more momentum you'll build. The more momentum you have, the easier it becomes to stay on track. Success is not about avoiding distractions altogether. It's about managing them effectively and keeping your energy focused on what truly matters. You can't let distractions define your day, your life, or your destiny. You have the power to choose where you focus your energy. You have the ability to stop distractions in their tracks and redirect your attention toward the things that will lead you to success. It's time to take control. It's time to channel your energy. It's time to stop letting distractions steal your future. Take action now. Commit to eliminating distractions from your life. Set clear boundaries. Protect your focus, and watch how your life begins to change. When you focus your energy on what matters, success will follow. Number 3. Commit to your focus and eliminate the unnecessary noise. The world is full of distractions, and for many, they are not just the small annoyances we try to push away. They're the constant noise that fills our lives every single day, pulling our attention in a million different directions. Now let me tell you something. If you let this noise take over, you'll never be able to focus on what truly matters. To reach your goals, to master your destiny, you must commit to your focus and eliminate the unnecessary noise. Now this may sound simple, but don't mistake simplicity for ease. Commitment is not just about saying you'll do something. It's about putting it into action. It's about making a choice to prioritize what matters, to push aside the distractions, and to stay focused on your long-term vision. It's a choice you have to make every day, no matter what the world throws your way. Let's start with understanding why focus is so important. Focus is the key to progress. Without focus, you're scattered. You're moving in every direction but the right one. You're giving your energy to so many different things that you don't have enough left for the important things. Focus creates clarity. It's like a laser beam. When you narrow your attention, your actions become more powerful. Every decision you make, every task you tackle becomes more effective because you've committed to the process. Without focus, your efforts are diluted. With focus, you harness the power of your energy to create real change. Focus is your superpower. But if focus is so important, why do so many people struggle with it? It's because of the noise. The noise of society, the noise of your own mind, the noise of other people, and the noise of the countless distractions we face every day. Noise keeps you from hearing your own thoughts. It makes you second-guess your decisions. It pulls you away from your goals and pushes you toward things that don't matter. Noise is a thief. It robs you of your time, your energy, and your potential. So how do you eliminate this noise? The first step is awareness. You can't fight something you don't recognize. So start by identifying the sources of noise in your life. Take a close look at your daily routine and pay attention to the things that pull you away from your focus. It might be your phone constantly buzzing with notifications. It might be your friends or family interrupting your work. Or maybe it's your own self-doubt creeping in and causing you to question your decisions. Whatever it is, identify it. Once you've identified the sources of noise, you can start to take action. And here's the key. You can't just wish the noise away. You have to make a conscious choice to eliminate it. This is where commitment comes in. Commitment means you take action, and you take consistent action. It's not enough to say, I'll stop checking my phone, or I'll stop letting people interrupt me. You have to build systems in your life that protect your focus. You have to actively guard your time and energy. You have to put boundaries in place that allow you to stay focused on what matters. One of the most effective ways to eliminate noise is to create an environment that supports your focus. Your environment has a huge impact on your ability to stay on track. If you're constantly surrounded by distractions, it's going to be almost impossible to focus. So start by making your environment conducive to focus. Turn off unnecessary notifications on your phone. Create a workspace that is free from distractions. Put your phone in another room while you work, or use apps that block social media while you're trying to get things done. Set boundaries with the people around you. Let them know that you need time to focus and that you'll be available later. The more you can create an environment that supports your focus, the easier it will be to commit to your goals. Another important aspect of eliminating noise is controlling your mind. Your mind is one of the biggest sources of noise. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with thoughts. Some of them are helpful, but many are just distractions. Your mind is constantly jumping from one thought to another, one worry to the next. This inner chatter keeps you from being present and focused on the task at hand. But here's the thing. Just because your mind is filled with thoughts doesn't mean you have to follow every thought. The key to controlling your mind is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts without getting lost in them. When you catch yourself getting distracted by your thoughts, simply acknowledge the distraction and return your focus to what you're doing. This takes practice, but with time you'll get better at it. Your mind will still try to pull you in different directions, but you'll be able to redirect your attention more easily. Mindfulness helps you cut through the noise of your own thoughts and stay focused on what's important. Next, we need to talk about the importance of clarity. When you're clear on what you want to achieve, noise becomes less of a problem. When you know where you're going and why it matters, distractions don't seem as tempting. So take the time to get clear on your goals. Write them down, make them specific, and create a plan of action. The more clear you are about your destination, the less likely you are to get lost in the noise along the way. Clarity gives you the focus you need to stay on track. You might also need to simplify your life. We often think that more is better, that the more things we have to do, the more productive we are. But the truth is, the opposite is often true. The more things you try to juggle, the more distractions you create. Simplifying your life allows you to focus on what matters most. Look at your daily routine and evaluate what's essential. Eliminate the things that aren't helping you move forward. The less clutter you have, the more mental and physical energy you'll have to put toward your goals. Another important piece of the puzzle is commitment to your own well-being. Noise can take a toll on your body and mind. If you're constantly stressed, overwhelmed, and distracted, it will be much harder to stay focused. That's why taking care of yourself is so important. Get enough sleep, eat well, exercise, and take breaks when needed. When your body is well rested and your mind is clear, you'll find it easier to commit to your focus and eliminate distractions. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter, and part of working smarter is taking care of yourself. One thing that can help you stay committed to your focus is accountability. When you have someone to check in with, when you have a person or a group that's supporting you, it's easier to stay on track. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility. You don't want to let someone down, so you stay focused. This could be a mentor, a coach, or even a friend who shares similar goals. Find someone who will hold you accountable and who can help you stay committed to eliminating distractions. Here's the bottom line. Distractions are everywhere, but you have the power to eliminate them. You have the power to commit to your focus and block out the noise. It takes awareness, action, and consistent effort, but it's absolutely possible. Start by taking a hard look at your life and identifying the sources of noise. Take control of your environment, your thoughts, and your time. Make the commitment to eliminate distractions and put your focus where it matters most. Your goals, your dreams, and your destiny depend on it. Every day you stay focused is another day you're moving closer to the success you want. Number 4, own your choices and shape your destiny with intention. To understand the power of owning your choices and shaping your destiny with intention, we first need to realize that life doesn't just happen to us. We shape our lives every day, every hour, every minute, through the choices we make. Whether we're conscious of it or not, every decision we make, big or small, is shaping our future. You have control over your life. You have the power to choose, and with that power comes the ability to create the life you want. But here's the truth. Most people don't own their choices. Most people live by default. They let circumstances, other people, and the pressures of life dictate their decisions. They're not choosing with intention. They're not in the driver's seat. And this is where the struggle begins. If you let life's circumstances control your decisions, you'll never have the life you desire. You'll always be reacting, never creating. You'll always be at the mercy of things outside of your control. This is why owning your choices is critical to mastering your destiny. When you own your choices, you take responsibility for them. You no longer blame anyone or anything for where you are in life. You realize that you are the one who has been making the choices that have led you to this point. You're not a victim of life. You're the creator of your life. It's a powerful realization. It's liberating. And it's the first step toward living with intention. To own your choices means to be accountable for the life you're living. When you take full responsibility for your decisions, you stop looking for excuses, and you stop blaming others. If your life isn't where you want it to be, it's not someone else's fault. It's not the economy, the government, or your circumstances. It's the result of your choices. And this is where the power lies. When you take full ownership, you stop being a passive participant in your own life and start actively shaping it. But here's the thing. Ownership doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you'll never make a mistake. It doesn't mean you'll always make the right choice. What it means is that you commit to making the best decisions you can. And when you mess up, you take responsibility and learn from it. It means you don't hide behind excuses. It means you face the truth about yourself and your choices, and you take the steps to improve. Now let's talk about intention. To shape your destiny, you must act with intention. Intentionality is the key to making meaningful progress in your life. It's the difference between living a life of reaction and living a life of creation. When you live intentionally, you're not letting life push you around. You're not just going through the motions, hoping something good will happen. You're making decisions based on where you want to go, not where you are right now. Intention starts with clarity. You can't make intentional decisions if you don't know what you want. If you don't know where you're going, how can you make the choices that will get you there? This is why clarity is so important. You need to get clear about your vision for your life. What do you want? What are your goals? What does success look like for you? Get specific. Get detailed. The clearer you are about what you want, the easier it will be to make intentional choices that move you toward your goals. Once you have clarity, the next step is alignment. Your choices must be aligned with your vision. If your vision is to build a successful business, then your choices should support that goal. If your vision is to get fit and healthy, then your daily choices should align with that. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They set a goal, but their choices are not aligned with that goal. They say they want success, but they're not making the daily decisions that lead to success. They say they want to be healthy, but they're not eating healthy or exercising. Intentional living requires that your choices are in alignment with your vision. Alignment is not always easy. It requires discipline and focus. It requires making decisions that may not be the easiest in the moment, but are the best for your long-term growth. It's about saying no to the things that don't serve your vision and saying yes to the things that will get you closer to your goals. It's about taking the tough path when the easy path is tempting. To live with intention, you also have to be proactive. Waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the right circumstances, waiting for everything to fall into place is not how intentional living works. Intentional people don't wait. They create their opportunities. They take the first step. Even when they're not sure how the journey will unfold, they take responsibility for making things happen. They don't sit around hoping for life to change. They go out and make the change themselves. Being proactive means being willing to take risks. You're going to have to make choices that involve stepping outside your comfort zone. You're going to have to be willing to fail, to mess up, and to learn from those experiences. Proactive people don't fear failure because they understand that failure is a part of the process. They see failure as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. The more proactive you are, the more you'll learn, the more you'll grow, and the more you'll be able to shape your destiny. The beauty of owning your choices and living intentionally is that you gain full control over your life. You are no longer at the mercy of your circumstances. You are not just reacting to life, you are creating it. Every decision you make shapes your future, and every decision you make can bring you closer to the life you desire. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. When you own your choices, you also own the consequences. If you make a bad decision, you don't blame anyone else. You take responsibility for it, learn from it, and move forward. You don't dwell in regret. You don't let mistakes stop you. You use them as stepping stones. Now, it's important to note that not every choice will feel monumental. Most of your choices will be small, everyday decisions. But here's the thing. It's the small, everyday decisions that compound over time and determine the quality of your life. It's the little habits, the little actions, the little choices that you make day in and day out that shape your destiny. That's why consistency is so important. It's not about making one big, perfect choice. It's about making the right choice every day. If you want to shape your destiny, you have to commit to making intentional choices every day, no matter how small they may seem. The key is consistency. The key is to make a decision to take control of your life, and then show up and make the right choices every single day. Every choice adds up. Every decision you make either brings you closer to or further away from your goals. The more consistent you are with your choices, the more you'll shape your destiny. Remember, you're not just living for today, you're living for tomorrow. The choices you make today will determine where you are in the future. And the best part, you have control over those choices. You get to decide how you're going to show up each day. You get to decide what kind of person you want to become. And you get to decide what kind of life you want to create. To own your choices and shape your destiny with intention, you have to fully embrace responsibility. Responsibility is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. When you take full responsibility for your choices, you take full control of your life. You are no longer a victim. You are the architect of your future. Your life is in your hands. Your destiny is yours to create. So get clear on what you want. Align your choices with your vision. Be proactive. Own your choices and shape your destiny with intention. Your life is waiting for you. Your future is waiting for you. It's time to take control. Number 5, push past fear and stay focused on your true goals. Fear is something we all face. It's the great equalizer. Whether you're pursuing a dream, taking a leap of faith, or chasing your ambitions, fear will always show up. And here's the truth. Fear doesn't go away. It's not something that disappears once you achieve a certain level of success. Fear is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control your life. You can choose how to respond to it. You can choose whether to let it dictate your actions or to push past it and stay focused on what truly matters. The first thing you need to understand about fear is that it's natural. It's a primal emotion designed to protect us, to keep us safe from danger. But here's the problem. The same fear that protects us from physical harm can also hold us back from achieving greatness. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, they all keep us stuck. They make us play small. They make us second-guess ourselves, our decisions, and our abilities. But the reality is, fear has no power unless we give it power. It's a choice. You can let fear hold you back, or you can push past it and move forward with confidence. Now let me be clear. Pushing past fear doesn't mean you won't feel afraid. It doesn't mean you won't have doubts or moments of uncertainty. It means that despite those feelings, you keep going. It means you don't let fear stop you from moving toward your true goals. Because the truth is, if you allow fear to control your actions, you will never achieve your true potential. Fear will hold you back from the life you were meant to live. The key to pushing past fear is to acknowledge it, face it, and then choose to move forward anyway. It's about building the courage to act even when you don't feel ready. It's about understanding that fear is a part of the journey, not a roadblock. When you learn to face fear head-on, you take away its power. You stop letting it dictate your actions, and you start making decisions based on your true goals, not based on your fears. One of the most powerful ways to push past fear is by focusing on your goals. Fear has a way of making us lose sight of what we truly want. It gets us caught up in all the what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. But when you focus on your goals, on the life you want to create, on the success you want to achieve, on the impact you want to make, fear becomes irrelevant. Your goals become the driving force. Your goals become the reason you take action, even when fear tries to hold you back. But in order to stay focused on your goals, you need clarity. You need to know exactly what you want. So take a moment to ask yourself, what do you want? What are your dreams? What is your vision for your life? Clarity is power. When you have a clear vision, fear becomes less intimidating. You begin to see fear for what it really is, a temporary feeling that has no lasting power over your decisions, unless you let it. Once you have clarity, the next step is commitment. Commit to your goals, no matter how scary they seem. Commitment is the antidote to fear. When you commit to something, you make a decision to see it through. No matter what, you stop wavering. You stop doubting. You stop making excuses. Instead, you push forward with determination. Even when the fear creeps in, you understand that achieving your goals will require effort, sacrifice, and facing your fears head on. But you also understand that the reward, the life you want to create, is worth the effort. Now let's talk about the importance of persistence. The road to achieving your goals will not always be smooth. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when fear seems overwhelming. But the key is persistence. When you're focused on your goals and committed to your success, you keep going despite the challenges. You don't let fear derail your progress. You keep moving forward, one step at a time, until you achieve what you set out to do. Persistence requires resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure, disappointment, and fear. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, and resilience is built through experience. The more you push past fear and keep going, the stronger your resilience becomes. The more you learn to trust in yourself, the more you realize that you can handle whatever comes your way. Fear may try to stop you, but resilience will keep you moving forward. Here's an important point. Fear thrives in uncertainty. It thrives when you don't know what's coming next. But when you stay focused on your goals, fear loses its grip. Why? Because when you know where you're headed and you're committed to getting there, uncertainty becomes part of the process. It no longer feels like a threat. It becomes just another obstacle to overcome on your journey. The more you embrace uncertainty, the less power fear has over you. You realize that the unknown is simply a part of the adventure, not something to fear. It's also important to note that fear often shows up right before we make the biggest leaps in our lives. Have you ever noticed that the moments when you feel the most fear are often the moments when you're on the verge of something great? It's as if fear is a signal that you're about to do something important. That's why it's crucial to recognize that fear doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. In fact, it might mean you're on the right path. Fear often shows up when you're stepping out of your comfort zone and into new territory. And when you push past it, that's when the magic happens. But let me be clear, fear doesn't magically disappear. It doesn't just vanish once you achieve success. The difference is that when you learn to push past fear and stay focused on your true goals, fear no longer has the power to stop you. You've trained yourself to act despite the fear. You've trained yourself to take action, even when you don't feel ready, even when doubt creeps in. You've trained yourself to trust that the path you're on is worth the struggle, worth the uncertainty, worth facing your fears head on. One of the best ways to stay focused on your goals is to remind yourself of the bigger picture. When fear shows up, it can make you focus on the immediate discomfort, the uncertainty, the doubt, the fear of failure. But you have to remind yourself that your goals are bigger than any fear. Your goals are bigger than any temporary discomfort. The life you want to create, the person you want to become, the legacy you want to leave, it's all worth the fear. It's all worth pushing through. It's also helpful to break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. When fear feels overwhelming, it's often because the goal seems too big, too distant, too impossible. But when you break it down into smaller actions, it becomes more manageable. You focus on the next step, not the entire journey. This makes the fear seem less daunting and more manageable. And with every step you take, the fear loses a little more of its power. Lastly, trust in the process. Trust that your hard work, your persistence, your commitment to your goals will pay off. Trust that pushing past fear will lead you to the life you want to create. Trust that every fear you face, every obstacle you overcome, is preparing you for something greater. When you trust in the process, fear becomes just a small part of a much larger journey. Fear will always be a part of the equation. But when you push past it and stay focused on your true goals, fear becomes something you work with, not something that works against you. Fear loses its grip, and you gain the power to move forward. You start taking action, no matter how afraid you feel. And that's when you begin to see the results of your focus, your perseverance, and your commitment. The road to success is paved with fear, doubt, and uncertainty. But it's also paved with courage, determination, and the unwavering focus on your goals. Don't let fear control you. Push past it, stay focused, keep your eyes on the prize. Because your true goals are worth every ounce of effort, every moment of discomfort, and every step you take toward the life you deserve. Fear doesn't stand a chance when you're committed to your success. Number 6. Focus every day on what moves you closer to success. Success doesn't just happen by chance. It's not something that falls into your lap overnight. It's built, piece by piece, through consistent action, focus, and deliberate choices. If you want to see real, tangible results in your life, you have to focus every single day on what moves you closer to success. There is no magic formula, no shortcut to achieving your dreams. It's about staying consistent, staying focused, and putting in the work, even when it feels hard, even when progress seems slow. Each day is an opportunity. It's a chance to either get closer to your goals or further away from them. The choice is yours. Every morning, when you wake up, you have two choices. You can go through the motions of the day, letting distractions and other people's priorities take over your time, or you can take full responsibility for your life and focus your energy on the things that truly matter. Focusing on what moves you closer to success is an active decision. It requires intention, discipline, and a deep understanding that the small, everyday actions are what ultimately lead to big results. The first step to focusing on what moves you closer to success is clarity. Without clarity, you're just spinning your wheels. You may be working hard, but if you're not clear on where you're going, your efforts are like trying to drive a car without a destination. You might be going fast, but you're not getting anywhere. The key is to know exactly what you want. You need to have a clear vision of your goals, whether it's personal, professional, or both. You need to know what success looks like for you. What does your ideal life look like? What do you want to accomplish in the short term, in the long term? Without a clear vision, you will waste time on things that don't matter, and you'll miss opportunities that could get you closer to your goals. Once you have clarity, the next step is to prioritize. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. It's about identifying what truly moves the needle and focusing on that. Too often, people get caught up in the busyness of life, checking emails, answering calls, attending meetings, that they lose sight of what really matters. If you want to move closer to success, you have to ruthlessly prioritize your time and energy. What are the few key tasks or actions that will move you forward the most? Is it developing a new skill? Is it working on a project that will take your business to the next level? Whatever it is, make sure it's the thing that will bring you the most value and give it the attention it deserves. Another key element to focusing on what moves you closer to success is discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's easy to say you want success, but it's harder to do what's necessary to achieve it. Discipline is about showing up every day, whether you feel like it or not. It's about doing the work, even when it's tough, even when you don't see immediate results. Success doesn't happen because you put in a burst of effort one day. It happens because you consistently do the things that move you closer to your goals every single day. When you cultivate discipline, you take control of your habits and actions. You start making choices that align with your long-term goals, not your temporary emotions or distractions. But discipline alone isn't enough. To truly focus on what moves you closer to success, you also need resilience. Life will test you. There will be setbacks. There will be challenges that feel insurmountable. But the key to moving forward is to not let these challenges stop you. Resilience is about bouncing back, learning from failure, and continuing to push forward, no matter what. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned, but the ability to keep going, even when you face difficulties, is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. When you are resilient, you don't let obstacles define you. You let them fuel your determination to succeed. You understand that setbacks are part of the process, and you use them to strengthen your resolve. Equally important is the ability to eliminate distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, notifications, and the constant pressure to multitask. It's easy to get lost in the noise. But if you want to focus on what moves you closer to success, you have to learn to block out the distractions. This means saying no to things that aren't aligned with your goals, even if they seem urgent or important. It means creating a space for deep work and concentration, where you can focus on the tasks that matter most. Distractions are the enemy of productivity, and if you allow them to take up your time and energy, you will never make real progress toward your goals. Focus also requires energy management. You only have so much energy each day, and if you're spending it on things that don't contribute to your success, you're doing yourself a disservice. Take the time to identify where your energy is being spent. Are you putting it into tasks that bring you closer to your goals, or are you draining it on things that don't move the needle? When you focus your energy on the right activities, you will achieve more with less effort. But when you spread yourself too thin, you end up accomplishing very little. It's about being intentional with where you direct your energy. One powerful tool to help you stay focused on what moves you closer to success is setting daily goals. Every morning, take a few moments to write down your goals for the day. What are the most important tasks that you need to accomplish? What actions will bring you closer to your long-term goals? By setting daily goals, you break down your larger vision into manageable steps. This helps you stay focused and prevents you from becoming overwhelmed by the bigger picture. It also gives you a sense of purpose and direction for the day. Each task you complete brings you one step closer to success. Accountability is another crucial element in staying focused on what moves you closer to success. It's easy to let yourself off the hook when no one is watching. But when you have someone to answer to, you are more likely to follow through on your commitments. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a trusted friend, having someone who holds you accountable will push you to stay focused and consistent. They can provide valuable feedback, encouragement, and even tough love when needed. Accountability helps you stay on track and ensures that you are consistently moving closer to your goals. Success also requires self-awareness. You need to constantly check in with yourself and assess how you're doing. Are your actions aligned with your goals? Are you spending your time on the things that matter most? Are there areas where you're getting off track or wasting time? Self-awareness allows you to course correct when necessary. It gives you the ability to make adjustments and stay focused on what truly matters. Another key aspect of focus is learning how to handle setbacks. Progress is rarely linear, and there will be times when you feel like you're not making any headway. But don't be discouraged. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward success. When you experience setbacks, take a moment to reflect on what you can learn from them. Use them as opportunities for growth and improvement. Don't allow them to derail your focus. Remember, the path to success is never without obstacles, but it's how you respond to them that determines whether or not you will ultimately succeed. Lastly, keep your vision of success in mind at all times. When you know what you're working toward, it becomes easier to stay focused. Your goals become the guiding force that keeps you on track, even when distractions or challenges arise. Don't let temporary setbacks or distractions shift your attention from the bigger picture. Stay focused on what truly matters and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Success is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every day, make the conscious choice to do something that moves you closer to your goals, and over time you will begin to see the results of your hard work and dedication. Success is a product of consistent, focused action, and it's within your reach if you stay committed to the process. Number 7. Block out negativity and build a mindset of clarity. Negativity is like a shadow that follows you wherever you go, trying to creep into your thoughts, actions, and mindset. The weight of negative thoughts, doubts, and external criticisms can cloud your judgment and distract you from your true path. But here's the truth. You have the power to block out that negativity. You can build a mindset of clarity, one that empowers you to see past the noise, focus on what matters, and remain unwavering in your pursuit of success. A clear mind is a powerful tool. It can help you make decisions with precision, overcome obstacles with resilience, and stay on course when things get tough. The first step to blocking out negativity is to become aware of it. Negativity doesn't always announce itself in grand, obvious ways. Sometimes it shows up in subtle forms. Small, self-doubting thoughts, unsolicited opinions from others, or a persistent feeling of fear that holds you back from taking action. At other times, it manifests in the loud voices of critics or the constant barrage of negativity from the media or social networks. Regardless of the form it takes, negativity has one purpose: to distract you from your potential. It wants to make you question yourself and your goals. But here's the truth. Negativity doesn't have power unless you give it power. Awareness is the first step in taking control of your mindset. Recognizing when negativity enters your thoughts allows you to consciously choose whether to accept or reject it. One of the most effective ways to block out negativity is to cultivate a strong sense of self-belief. When you believe in your own abilities, when you truly understand your worth, negative opinions from others lose their sting. You stop letting other people's doubts dictate your own. This doesn't mean you ignore constructive feedback or refuse to learn from others. It means you don't allow negativity to diminish your self-worth or hold you back from taking the actions necessary for your growth. Self-belief is your armor. When you wear it, you shield yourself from the attacks of negativity and build the resilience needed to keep moving forward. It's also important to remember that negativity is often born from fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not measuring up. But fear is a liar. Fear tells you that you're not capable, that you'll never succeed, that you should play it safe. But fear does not have the authority to define your future. When you recognize that fear is simply a product of your mind, one that can be changed and reprogrammed, you take away its power. Fear may always try to knock on your door, but you don't have to let it in. Instead, you can choose to face your fear with courage, knowing that it is only a temporary feeling that has no hold on your true potential. Another powerful way to block out negativity is to limit your exposure to it. In today's world, negativity is everywhere. It's in the news, on social media, in conversations, and in the comments section of almost every online platform. It's easy to get sucked into this vortex of negative energy. But if you want to build a mindset of clarity, you must take control of what you allow into your mental space. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. Be mindful of the content you consume. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, and minimize exposure to those who drain your energy. The environment you're in has a direct impact on the way you think and feel. Choose wisely what you feed your mind, because the information you absorb shapes the way you view yourself and the world around you. In addition to managing external sources of negativity, you must also take responsibility for the negative thoughts you allow to linger within you. Self-talk is incredibly powerful. The way you speak to yourself can either fuel your progress or hinder it. When you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, or that success is out of your reach, you are feeding negativity into your subconscious. This internal dialogue shapes your beliefs and influences your actions. But just as negativity can creep in, you have the power to replace it with positive, empowering thoughts. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, challenge that thought. Replace it with a positive affirmation that supports your goals and reinforces your belief in yourself. Over time, this positive self-talk will become second nature, and your mindset will shift from one of limitation to one of possibility. Building a mindset of clarity also requires you to eliminate distractions. Negative thoughts, doubts, and external noise are distractions that pull you away from your true purpose. When you allow them to take hold, they clutter your mind and obscure your vision. Clarity comes from focus. It comes from quieting the noise and tuning in to your true desires and goals. One of the best ways to gain clarity is to set aside time each day to reflect, meditate, or simply sit in silence. This practice allows you to clear your mind, recalibrate, and reconnect with what's truly important. It also helps you to filter out the distractions and stay focused on your path. In a world full of distractions, finding time for stillness and reflection is one of the most powerful ways to protect your mindset and cultivate the clarity needed for success. Another critical aspect of building a mindset of clarity is learning how to stay present. Negativity often thrives when we focus on the past or worry about the future. Regret over past mistakes or fear of future challenges can cloud your thinking and prevent you from moving forward. But the present moment is where your power lies. Right now, this very moment is the only time you can control. By staying present, you block out the noise of past failures and future worries. You focus on the task at hand, knowing that the only thing that matters is what you do right now. When you commit to staying present, negativity loses its grip on you because you're no longer giving it the energy of your thoughts. Instead, you channel your energy into action, into doing the work, into making progress. Success requires mental discipline. Building a mindset of clarity doesn't happen by accident. It requires consistent effort and intention. Every day you must be intentional about how you think, how you speak to yourself, and how you engage with the world around you. The mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. If you allow negativity to take root, it will weaken your ability to focus and move forward. But if you commit to building a mindset of clarity, you create a foundation that supports your success. You begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems, and progress instead of setbacks. Another powerful tool to block out negativity is gratitude. When you cultivate a sense of gratitude for the present moment and for what you already have, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Gratitude helps you to see the positive aspects of your life, even in the face of challenges. It's a powerful antidote to negativity because it forces your mind to look for the good rather than dwelling on the bad. Every day, take a few moments to reflect on the things you're grateful for. This simple practice can transform your mindset, allowing you to approach each day with a sense of clarity and purpose. Above all, blocking out negativity and building a mindset of clarity is a process. It's something you work on every day, consciously and consistently. There will be days when negativity tries to creep in, when doubt tries to take root. But remember, you have the power to choose what you allow into your mind. By being mindful of your thoughts, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and staying focused on your goals, you can block out the negativity and build a mindset that empowers you to succeed. Keep working at it, and over time you will find that clarity becomes second nature, and negativity becomes a distant memory. The more you focus on building a clear, positive mindset, the easier it will be to move forward with confidence and purpose. Success starts in your mind, and with the right mindset, there is nothing you can't achieve. Number 8, prioritize your actions and let them define your future. Your actions are the blueprint of your future. What you do today, how you decide to spend your time, and the steps you take toward your goals will shape who you become and where you end up. Every choice, whether small or large, is an opportunity to either move closer to your aspirations or pull further away from them. The key is to prioritize your actions. Align them with your values, your long-term vision, and the life you truly desire. Your future is not a result of some external force or mere chance. It is a direct outcome of the choices you make each day. The future you dream about doesn't simply appear. It's created by the decisions you make and the consistent actions you take. And this is in your control. When you truly understand that your actions define your future, you begin to realize that every single moment counts. The way you spend your time today will accumulate and determine the course of your tomorrow. It's not about big gestures or radical changes in one go. It's about the consistent, often mundane choices you make day in and day out. The most successful individuals didn't get there by making one grand move. They got there by consistently making the right choices over time, by prioritizing their actions according to what mattered most. They made daily decisions that aligned with their goals, values, and vision, and they made sure their actions reflected their true purpose. One of the greatest obstacles to success is distraction. In today's world, we are bombarded with information, messages, and endless options, all of which demand our attention. It's easy to become lost in the noise, to give in to the temptation of immediate gratification, or to follow what everyone else is doing. But if you want to build the future you desire, you must learn to tune out the distractions and focus on what truly matters. The first step in prioritizing your actions is to recognize what aligns with your values and your long-term vision. This requires you to be clear on what you want and why you want it. Without clarity, it's easy to be swept away by the tide of external pressures, opinions, and distractions. So take the time to define your purpose, your goals, and the direction you want your life to take. Once you have that clarity, the choices you make will become much easier because you'll have a clear framework to guide your decisions. The next step is to develop a habit of intentionality. To prioritize your actions, you must be intentional about how you spend your time and energy. This doesn't mean that you must be productive every second of the day, or that you have to always be working toward your big goal. Balance is essential. But intentionality means that every decision you make is done with purpose and a clear understanding of the outcome you desire. It's about being mindful of where your energy goes, choosing to engage in activities that bring you closer to your goals, rather than those that keep you stuck or distracted. Being intentional in your actions requires discipline, the ability to stay focused on what's important and avoid the lure of short-term distractions. It's the commitment to doing the work, even when the results aren't immediate, and the dedication to taking consistent steps forward, regardless of the obstacles you may encounter. Another crucial element in prioritizing your actions is the ability to manage your time effectively. Time is the one resource that we all have in equal measure, yet it's so easy to waste it. When you prioritize your actions, you're essentially deciding how you'll allocate your time, ensuring that each moment serves your ultimate purpose. Time management is not just about scheduling tasks. It's about making conscious decisions about where to invest your time. Are you spending time on things that align with your values and goals? Are your daily actions moving you closer to the future you envision? Or are you letting time slip away on activities that won't serve you? Learning to manage your time means developing the discipline to say no to things that don't matter and saying yes to the things that will move you forward. It means planning your day around what truly matters, rather than reacting to what comes your way. The ability to prioritize is not just about saying no to distractions. It's also about saying yes to what matters most. When you commit to your goals, you must be willing to invest your time and energy into actions that will yield the most significant results. This often means making sacrifices, sacrificing time spent on less important activities in favor of those that will bring you closer to your vision. For example, it might mean waking up an hour earlier to work on your goals, or it might mean cutting out unnecessary commitments that drain your energy without adding value to your life. Prioritizing your actions requires you to make tough choices, but the reward is a life lived with purpose and direction. To truly shape your future through your actions, it's essential to focus on long-term goals. Immediate rewards and short-term gratification are often tempting, but they don't contribute to lasting success. Long-term goals are what will sustain you through the inevitable challenges and setbacks. When you prioritize your actions around your long-term vision, you train your mind to think beyond the present moment and stay focused on the bigger picture. This shift in perspective allows you to make choices that are in alignment with your future success rather than seeking temporary relief or enjoyment. It's not about what feels good right now. It's about what will bring you lasting fulfillment in the long run. By consistently aligning your actions with your long-term goals, you ensure that every step you take is pushing you closer to the life you want to create. But prioritizing your actions is not always easy. There will be times when you feel overwhelmed, when the demands of daily life pull you in multiple directions. During these moments, it's important to stay grounded in your purpose and remind yourself of why you're doing the work. When you have a strong sense of why you're taking action, it becomes much easier to stay focused and disciplined. Your purpose acts as your anchor, keeping you centered and reminding you that the sacrifices you make today will pay off in the future. Never underestimate the power of having a strong why behind your actions. It gives you the motivation to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Alongside your actions, mindset plays a crucial role in determining your future. A positive, growth-oriented mindset will keep you motivated to continue taking the necessary steps, even when faced with challenges. It's easy to become discouraged when results don't show up immediately, or when things don't go as planned. But those who succeed are the ones who maintain a resilient mindset. They view obstacles as opportunities for growth, and they keep pushing forward even when faced with adversity. A mindset focused on growth allows you to see every challenge as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock, and it fuels your commitment to prioritize the right actions no matter what. Finally, it's important to recognize that your actions don't just shape your own future. They also have the power to influence the world around you. Every decision you make impacts not just your own life, but the lives of others. When you take purposeful action, you not only improve your own situation, but also contribute to the success and well-being of those around you. By being intentional with your actions, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positive change. When you prioritize what truly matters, your actions can serve as a beacon of inspiration for those who are watching you. The impact of your actions extends far beyond what you can see in the present moment, and over time it can create a legacy of purpose, success, and fulfillment. In the end, your future is a reflection of the choices you make today. Every action you take either propels you toward your goals or drags you further away from them. By prioritizing your actions, staying focused on your long-term vision, and making intentional decisions that align with your values, you lay the foundation for a future that is in your hands. Your future is not something that just happens to you. It's something you create with every step you take. And when you take control of your actions, you take control of your destiny. Your future is yours to define. Number 9. Focus your energy and turn your dreams into reality. Your energy is one of your most powerful resources. It is the driving force behind everything you do, from the smallest daily tasks to the largest goals you aim to achieve. The difference between those who turn their dreams into reality and those who don't often comes down to how effectively they channel their energy. Focused energy is the key to transforming your dreams from mere fantasies into concrete achievements. When you direct your energy with purpose, you have the power to overcome any obstacles and create the life you've always desired. Every single person has dreams, but dreams on their own don't create results. Dreams require action, and action requires energy. This is where many people get stuck. Either they don't know how to focus their energy, or they scatter it across too many things, never giving any one goal the attention it needs to manifest. The key to success lies in focus. Focusing your energy on the things that will take you toward your dreams, and avoiding the distractions that will lead you astray. At its core, focusing your energy means deciding where you will place your attention. Attention is a limited resource, and when you spread it too thin, you weaken its effectiveness. Whether it's on a specific task, a goal, or even a dream, every decision you make about where to place your attention impacts your outcome. You have to choose carefully what deserves your energy and what doesn't. This is how you create momentum. You focus your energy on the task at hand, pouring everything you've got into making it happen. And you do this consistently over time. It's the consistency that ultimately produces results. One of the most important things to recognize is that focusing your energy isn't just about what you do. It's about how you do it. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. You can't afford to operate on autopilot, letting your thoughts wander wherever they please. You have to become intentional with your thinking. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool for turning dreams into reality. It helps you concentrate your mind on what you truly want, giving your energy direction and purpose. By regularly visualizing your goals, you start to condition your mind to focus only on the possibilities that lead you toward achieving them. Your thoughts then become aligned with your desires, and your energy becomes the vehicle to bring those desires to life. Another powerful way to focus your energy is through setting clear, well-defined goals. Ambiguity breeds confusion, and confusion drains your energy. The clearer your goals are, the easier it becomes to direct your energy toward them. Write down your goals, break them into smaller, manageable steps, and set deadlines for yourself. Each action step you take brings you closer to your dream, and each small victory gives you the momentum to keep going. But most importantly, these clear, actionable steps help you to focus. When you know exactly what needs to be done, and when your energy is directed with precision toward those tasks. However, even with clear goals and a focused mind, there will always be distractions. Life has a way of throwing curveballs that can derail your focus, whether it's a personal setback, an unexpected crisis, or just the constant barrage of external distractions. This is when your ability to maintain focus becomes crucial. Distractions are the energy drains that sap your motivation and shift your attention away from your dreams. The more energy you give to distractions, the less energy you have for what truly matters. Therefore, it's essential to develop strategies for managing distractions. One of the most effective ways to do this is by setting boundaries. Protect your time and energy like the precious resources they are. Set limits on social media, on tasks that don't serve your purpose, and on people who don't support your vision. The clearer your boundaries, the stronger your ability to focus on what truly matters. But focusing your energy isn't just about eliminating distractions. It's also about optimizing the energy you give to each task. It's easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day grind, feeling like there's always something to do, but never enough time or energy to do it all. The secret here is to prioritize. Not all tasks are created equal. Some actions will bring you closer to your dream faster than others. It's about identifying those high-impact activities, the ones that will yield the greatest results, and focusing the majority of your energy on them. By devoting yourself to the most important tasks and letting go of the less critical ones, You free up your energy for what matters most. One of the most overlooked aspects of focusing energy is the role of self-care. Many people believe that in order to achieve their dreams, they must work harder, push through exhaustion, and sacrifice their well-being. But this mindset only leads to burnout and frustration. In reality, the more you take care of yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally, the more energy you'll have to focus on your goals. Rest is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Exercise, proper nutrition, adequate sleep, and mental relaxation all contribute to your ability to focus your energy on what matters. When you're healthy, your body and mind operate at their best, allowing you to put more of your energy toward your dreams without running yourself into the ground. Another key element in focusing your energy is cultivating a positive mindset. A positive mindset fuels your actions and keeps your energy high. When you focus on the possibilities instead of the limitations, your energy becomes magnetic. Positive thoughts and beliefs create a fertile ground for your dreams to grow. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means looking at difficulties as opportunities to grow, understanding that setbacks are part of the journey, and maintaining the belief that you have the power to overcome whatever comes your way. A positive mindset helps you conserve energy by eliminating negative thought patterns that drain you. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, you focus your energy on what you can control, and you take empowered action. Taking aligned action is one of the most important ways to direct your energy. Dreaming is essential, but without action, your dreams remain just that, dreams. To turn your dreams into reality, you must act on them. But the key to action is alignment. Aligned action means taking steps that are consistent with your purpose and your values. It's not about acting just for the sake of doing something. It's about acting in ways that move you forward. Aligned action is intentional and purposeful. It ensures that every step you take is in the right direction, so your energy is never wasted on irrelevant tasks or actions that don't serve your ultimate goals. One of the biggest obstacles to focusing energy is fear. Fear can paralyze you, prevent you from taking action, and keep you stuck in a cycle of procrastination and indecision. But fear doesn't have to control you. When you focus on your goals, your energy becomes a shield against fear. The more you visualize your success and take aligned action toward your dreams, the less power fear will have over you. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but the more clarity and purpose you have, the more your energy will be aligned with your goals, leaving less room for fear to take hold. Over time, the consistent focus of your energy will compound. The small actions you take today will lead to significant results in the future. Your dreams may feel distant right now, but every day you focus your energy on them, you bring them closer. The journey toward turning your dreams into reality may take time, but when you focus your energy consistently, you'll see progress. And that progress will motivate you to keep going. In the end, turning your dreams into reality is a matter of focus. When you direct your energy toward your goals, when you align your actions with your vision, and when you protect your focus from distractions and negativity, you begin to shape your future. The energy you invest in your dreams will pay off, and your dreams will transform into a reality that reflects your efforts, your dedication, and your unwavering commitment to success. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Use it wisely, focus it with purpose, and watch as your dreams become the reality you've always envisioned. Number 10, lead your mind with discipline to master your life. Discipline is the quiet force that shapes every part of your life. It's the cornerstone upon which your success, happiness, and growth are built. Without discipline, your mind will wander, your actions will lack purpose, and your goals will remain nothing more than wishes. But when you lead your mind with discipline, you gain control over your thoughts, behaviors, and actions, allowing you to master your life and create a future that reflects your true potential. Your mind is your most powerful asset. It shapes your perception of the world, directs your actions, and influences your results. But like any powerful tool, your mind needs to be mastered in order to serve you effectively. Without discipline, the mind can easily become unruly, reactive, and scattered. It can take you down paths that don't align with your goals or your values. It can trap you in cycles of procrastination, self-doubt, and fear. That's why discipline is essential. It's the key to not only controlling your mind, but using it as a tool for success. When you lead your mind with discipline, You take command of your thoughts. You become the filter through which all external influences pass. You decide what enters your mind and what doesn't. Your mind no longer wanders aimlessly from thought to thought. Instead, you are intentional about what you focus on, what you dwell on, and what you allow to occupy space in your consciousness. This level of control requires a strong, unwavering commitment to discipline. You must be willing to set boundaries on your thinking and not let distractions or negative thoughts derail your progress. By doing so, you ensure that your mind is always working in your favor, helping you move closer to your goals with every thought and action. The first step in leading your mind with discipline is creating a clear vision of what you want. Without a clear goal in mind, it's impossible to direct your thoughts and actions in a productive way. Your vision gives you a target to aim for. It provides a sense of purpose and direction, helping you to prioritize your energy and focus. Once you know where you're going, discipline becomes much easier to implement. You begin to see how your thoughts, behaviors, and actions need to align with your vision, and you can start to shape your mind around that. Discipline becomes a tool that you use to move in the direction of your dreams, rather than being swayed by fleeting desires or distractions that lead you off course. Discipline isn't just about controlling your actions, it's about cultivating the right mindset. It's about shifting your thoughts from the negative, limiting beliefs that hold you back, to empowering, constructive beliefs that propel you forward. Your mind will try to convince you that you can't, that it's too hard, or that you're not good enough. These thoughts will show up, but when you lead your mind with discipline, you refuse to let them take root. Instead of allowing those negative thoughts to control you, you replace them with affirmations, empowering beliefs, and the knowledge that you are capable of mastering your life. Over time, these thoughts become automatic, and you no longer have to force yourself to think positively. It becomes a natural part of your mindset. The discipline of your mind also requires the cultivation of mental toughness. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But when you lead your mind with discipline, you refuse to be deterred by difficulty. You develop resilience, learning how to handle adversity with strength and grace. Instead of letting failure defeat you, you see it as a stepping stone to success. You understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, and you approach each setback with the mindset of someone who is committed to mastering their life. Mental toughness means sticking to your commitments, even when the going gets tough, staying focused when distractions arise, and persevering through difficulties with a calm, determined mindset. One of the most important aspects of leading your mind with discipline is building consistent habits. Habits are the foundation of everything you do. Your daily routines, the small actions you take, and the patterns you establish shape your life over time. Successful people don't rely on motivation alone. They rely on habits that are built on discipline. These habits keep them moving forward, even when they don't feel like it. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the right mood to take action. They act because they've trained their minds to follow through. By developing disciplined habits, whether it's waking up early, exercising regularly, reading every day, or working on your goals consistently, you automate success. Your discipline creates momentum that carries you toward your dreams, no matter what external circumstances may arise. But developing discipline isn't always easy. It requires commitment, consistency, and patience. It requires you to push through resistance and discomfort. Often your mind will try to convince you that you don't need to stick to your discipline, that it's okay to slack off or take shortcuts. This is when your true test of discipline comes in. You must recognize these moments of weakness and push through them. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes to resist temptation and stay focused on what matters most. Over time, your self-discipline becomes a muscle that grows stronger with each use. The more you exercise it, the more natural it becomes, until it's no longer a struggle but a way of life. To master your life, you must also develop the discipline to prioritize your time. Time is one of your most valuable resources, and how you spend it determines the course of your life. It's easy to get caught up in distractions and time-wasting activities. But when you lead your mind with discipline, You recognize the importance of using your time wisely. You begin to evaluate how you're spending each moment and make intentional choices to focus on the things that align with your goals. You set boundaries around your time, protecting it from distractions and people who don't add value to your life. Time management becomes an act of discipline, helping you stay on track and move closer to your goals every day. Another key to mastering your life through discipline is learning to control your impulses. Impulses are the immediate reactions to external stimuli that often lead us to act without thinking. These impulses are usually driven by emotions or desires, and they can easily lead us astray if we're not careful. Whether it's the impulse to check your phone when you should be working, the impulse to overeat, or the impulse to procrastinate, these reactions can derail your progress if you don't learn to control them. By practicing self-discipline, you train yourself to pause before acting, to think before reacting. You become more aware of your impulses and can choose to act with intention rather than being driven by emotion. This control over your impulses allows you to stay focused on your goals, making it easier to master your life. In leading your mind with discipline, you also learn the importance of delayed gratification. Our society often encourages instant gratification, wanting things right now without putting in the necessary effort or time. But when you're disciplined, you understand that true success requires patience. You are willing to delay immediate pleasures in favor of long-term rewards. This ability to delay gratification is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Whether it's sticking to a healthy eating plan, resisting the urge to give up on your goals, or staying focused on your work, even when you'd rather relax. Delayed gratification is a cornerstone of discipline. By mastering this skill, you ensure that your actions are always aligned with your long-term vision, leading to greater fulfillment and success down the road. Finally, leading your mind with discipline means being accountable to yourself. No one is going to push you to take action or hold you accountable for your success except you. If you're truly committed to mastering your life, you must hold yourself to a high standard. You take responsibility for your actions, your decisions, and your results. When you slip up, you don't make excuses. You acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and get back on track. Accountability is the key to maintaining your discipline. When you hold yourself accountable, you develop the self-respect necessary to stay true to your commitments and your goals. Your discipline becomes a reflection of your integrity, and it becomes easier to trust yourself to follow through, no matter what challenges you may face. Mastering your life through discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about developing habits and mindsets that keep you moving forward, even when the journey gets tough. It's about aligning your thoughts, behaviors, and actions with your highest vision for yourself and your life. When you lead your mind with discipline, you take control of your destiny. You stop waiting for life to happen to you, and you start creating the life you want through intentional, disciplined action. Through this unwavering commitment, you will master your life and create the success, happiness, and fulfillment you deserve.